What's up? Oh, we're on air now. I think I jumped the gun. I always jump the gun, man, before the ding. It's like, oh man. Yeah, hey, do you even anyway, we'll talk. I got a story. But anyway, hey guys, what's up? It's Johnny here, and welcome to the June assignment critique for helping others. It's been a tough one. Hasn't it been, man?
Challenging. Yeah.
Challenging.
Yeah, because like a lot of people were battling with what to actually photograph to show helping others. And we should probably go like a little bit of a backstory of why we chose or why we put it up there and the membership chose that.
Before we do that, let's say a big hello to AW. How are you, buddy? Welcome.
There he is.
I think it was a salute.
Oh, there he
Howdy
is.
ho.
Doing great.
Good, man. Good.
So Andrew's got a different background again.
Yeah.
This time he's got a hanging RV in the background.
Yeah. It's a picture of his RV behind him. Yeah.
Right.
And we've got a hanging wall behind us too.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bit.
Well, but got
It's
something
a nice
exciting.
wall.
It is,
like a nice wall.
Yeah, it's
solid.
textured. It's got bricks and
Got a lot of character. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, tell us the backstory. Hit me.
Oh yeah. So I went to Vanuatu about a month ago, and I went there to help the local people from the cyclone. They were hit by Cyclone Pam, I think it was 3 months ago, and we went there and I was helping. I was trying to use my photography to help them, and I'm still making the video that I'm meant to be finished by now. And then we decided to put it out into the community to see whether people would want to choose that as the assignment. And it got, well, it was almost basically a tie. Actually, really. Yeah. It was a tie between the rule of thirds and helping others. So I just chose helping others.
even though it was a little bit of a tougher one. But yeah, I mean, we got some good submissions. I was really excited about what people put up and the different points of view people took. So
yeah,
cool, man.
Jump right into it.
Let's just get straight into it, and let's enter the time warp first, because I love this part. You know, ready? Woo! Okay. Can you see the screen there, Andrew?
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go.
Perfect, man. Okay, so here's some of the images, guys. Just a bit of an overview there of what we got. So you can see it was quite a tougher one. Yeah. But let's just jump into the first one here. And this was from Mr. Jay Patel. Thank you, J-Man, Guru Jay, for submitting this image. And it's got a lovely little backstory, too, about this image, which I think is really important, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
About this type of assignment.
So Jay looked like it took quite a long time, 1.5 years in planning, right, to get this girl from, where does she come from?
Oh, she was
from another country somewhere. Italian?
Yeah.
To get her to the US and, photograph her on the beach. And it's just a beautiful story of how, he went and helped another person change their whole life and then took a photo of it.
And I remember, actually, because I've seen this image before, and I think I remember the story. This was just a candid shot, handheld. He just saw the moment and clicked. And yeah, what a beautiful outcome. There wasn't too much planning in the shot. He just saw the moment. She looked down, and I think he just clicked the image. And I think that's what makes it such a great image for me too.
And they chose this beach because it's quite hard at low tide, was it? So they can actually push the wheelchair across the beach. So you can actually experience what it's like to be on a beach.
Yeah, cool, man. Let's jump on.
Thanks, J-Man, for that one.
Let's do the next one. Oh, I love this shot, man.
Yeah, that's great.
This is really cool.
So Williams submitted this one. And maybe we'll jump into Andrew. Maybe Andrew can talk a little bit about this one if you like, Andrew.
Yeah, sure. So I mean, I think it's kind of interesting because some of the submissions are, some of them are about pictures of people doing things to help others, and some of them are actually photographs that were used to help others. And that was, I think, part of the interpretation of the assignment is it could be whichever of those things you wanted. So. So I mean this one is a photograph of somebody doing something to help others, and he also, I think, included this. He's used one image. So
Awesome.
Yeah, good, man. I think I'm not sure. Sorry, guys. We're not sure if Andrew's connection or it's our connection. So we'll do the best we can to deal with it. But yeah, I love this capture, man. I think he's nailed the focus here, and just even the perspective and the point of view is just great. I mean, any lower and that guy's arm would be covering the dinner plate. Any higher and you wouldn't feel like you're inside the scene. You'd feel like you're above it. So I think that's with these. I've just come off a couple of days of big photo shoots with people in landscape, and working the angles is just so important to nailing the shot. And I'm not even sure if he had a few goes at getting this image. Like, it may have just been a one-off, and if you just got that shot, captured that moment, I think you've done a great job. It's just amazing. You nailed it, mate. Nailed it.
Hands can tell so much. It can tell a story so well. Like look at her hands. So she's obviously an old. Looks like a woman with her hands out, and then someone's giving her a plate of food, and it actually looks like maybe a priest or someone in a robe, just by the clothing, all the way the cuff down to the hand. And I kind of like that the little bit of British writing in the background there, the Queen or something. I don't know what they actually say in there. So William actually used window light and helping others. So he actually combined two assignments into one, which is quite interesting.
That's cool. I mean, the only thing I would say technically, if this is totally just from my point of view, the highlights on the meat and gravy there, maybe they're a little bit too hot. But look, honestly, I think you've just moments like these, you just got to take them, and it's all about compromise. Of course, you're not going to get someone to quickly, hold it there, I'm going to run and diffuse the light coming through the window so it's softer. You've just got to take the shot, and it's all about compromise. So I think you've done a great job, but that would be my only feedback with this image.
That's awesome.
Awesome,
man.
Let's
jump into the next one there.
All right. Next one.
The pink guy running
So this is from David, and the backstory is this guy lost his mother from breast cancer and dressed up in pink and attended a breast cancer fundraiser that he covered, which is totally awesome. And let's have a look at this image. Yeah.
It's a great image. And you know what I like about this, which a lot of people don't actually capture when they're shooting events like this, is to actually use a fill flash. Have a look at his eyes. You can see the catch light in his eyes from the full flash. Yeah. And you've got to be reasonably close, obviously, when you photograph and you're using a flash. Otherwise, it just doesn't it doesn't travel that far when it's a bright, sunny day like this. So you did a great job over here. David did a great job at capturing this. And I like the contrast of pink and muscle. Feminine and masculine.
Yeah, I like that, man.
Because this guy's pretty built, eh?
Yeah, he looks like he is, man. And it's actually it's a nice little moment, eh? He's sort of got a hand just below his heart, sort of thing there, and he's pointing at the certificate. It must be some sort of an achievement thing or something.
No, it's his mother's name on it. See, just above his finger.
It is too. Wow.
Swan.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And so he's doing it for her.
That's awesome, man. That's a great moment. You got anything to add, Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, I think she just captured a great moment, or he did, I guess. David captured a great moment with this, and it's just love the gesture, and I forgot who it was that said that gesture really trumps, it trumps everything else. So if you capture a good gesture and a good moment, then it really is, it's really makes a good image. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Like what the people are doing in the frame, like it means everything, doesn't it? And actually, you know what? I really love, because he's used a pretty shallow depth of field there. I like that elderly lady in pink in the background too. It just adds to the feeling of what's going on.
It's an event.
Yeah,
you can see there's more people walking.
Exactly. Yeah. So that as what we always say, the background is just as important as the foreground, and I think she adds a great little element to the scene there. Seeing him. So cool. Let's jump into the next one.
There we go.
Oh, I love this one, actually. I like the idea. So this one's from Angela, and I believe that where this image comes into the sharing part, which is really exciting, is she's given it to a platform that's what I'm saying, in public domain.
Public domain, so anyone can use it.
Anyone can use the image. And I really love that, from a point of view. It's really unique, and it's not something I thought of for this assignment. And I think she's actually put a few images in for public domain now, I think, from what I read. So, but that's a really great way to give back to other people, not only to share your artwork, but let people use your artwork, as well, which is Totally awesome.
And that's what I love about these assignments. You know, you put something out there, and then when people submit the images and tell you why they've submitted it, it's totally different to what you ever expected.
Yeah, everyone interprets it a little differently, which is great. Yeah, I think that's exciting. Yeah. Did you want to lead with this one, mate? Have you got any feedback for Angela? Andrew?
Oh, yeah. So this is Angela. You know, love this image. I like the way it's slightly off center. The darker background really makes those petals jump out at me, and the intense yellow. Love that. It's an amazing image, and I think she'd said she just used it like as a snapshot or something when I commented on this. And no, look at it. So she's actually got 273 downloads since she uploaded it about a year ago. So look,
mentioned that it was
used this image, which is great. And she also says that, you know, one lady emailed me to ask for approval to use them on greeting cards. So
oh wow,
you know, so
that's awesome.
Another person's actually giving them away.
Yeah,
greeting cards. So it's paying it forward, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. Awesome, man. Did you want to have anything to add, Andrew?
No, I think it's a nice image. I think it's a great idea. I think she mentioned that like this source is like a public, you know, image source. So like she said, there's images that she likes to use, and so she was kind of giving back to the community. So I think that's really cool. Hey, I would just remind people too, if you're watching live, I'm watching the Q&A. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and post them to the Q&A, and I'll keep an eye on those, and we'll try to address those. So.
Oh, thanks, Andrew.
Yeah, thanks.
Forgot about that.
I'm glad someone's on the ball. That's why we have you here, Andrew. He's always thinking. Oh man, let's jump on to the next one. So the next one here, let's have a look. Helping mum with the shopping. Okay, let's have a look here. This one's from Heather. Oh yeah.
So Heather was actually, you know, looking for an image to take.
Which is that's totally the mindset for these assignments, is just go out there and try and shoot for the assignment.
Yeah, go and create an image if you haven't already got one. You know, it will, and especially if you're focused on what the assignment's all about, helping others. You know, you'll go out and you'll actually look for people helping others, or look at how you can actually help others with your photography.
Yeah,
and it's amazing what you actually notice when you're focused on one thing. You know, so Heather went out there. She noticed this little boy helping her mum carry the groceries back from the car, I think it was, at a grocery store. So she grabbed the camera and took a quick snapshot. And I love it. You know, you know, the little guy with the groceries over his shoulder, walking behind mum. I mean, it's pretty tough sometimes to get kids to actually want to help you.
I bet there's a lolly for him at the end of it.
Might have been.
That's what worked for me.
Yeah,
I remember
bribery,
it was like, Johnny, you'll get a lolly at the end of this. I'm like, hell yeah, I will. What do you want me to do?
You know, her hands are full. She's carrying a kid. She's got a backpack on.
Love it.
You know, she's probably got car keys in her hand or in her pocket, and it's good to see, you know, the little guy helping his mother. It's really good to see.
Yeah, I think you've done well with the image, and I think you nailed the exposure. It looks like it's silent there, which seems to work very well for this shot. I may have gone a little bit lower on the perspective, I think, because of the little guy. Like, he is the main. You know, maybe just a touch lower. You know, but that's other than that, I think it's it works good.
I like those leading lines also from the right.
Definitely
the railing.
Oh yeah,
taking your eye in to where they're walking to.
Yeah.
Great capture there.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yep, I think she, she captured I think part of what really makes this image is she kind of captured the attention of the baby, so I think that really kind of adds to the image. So.
Yeah, definitely, man. I totally agree. Yeah. You know, it's another one of those things. You know, it's what the humans are doing. You know, what the people are humans. Yeah, it's what the aliens. You don't want aliens. It's what the people are doing in the shot. You know, that makes all the difference. Cool, man. Awesome. Let's jump on to this one. Okay. Helping Others submission 1. Here we go. So 13 staff, a local church, we hosted a volunteer appreciation evening for over 230 people on our volunteer list. It was a lot of work. So it looks like Gail volunteered her time to cover an event.
Yes.
So
she volunteered her time to photograph an event that was aimed at volunteers.
Awesome. Love it. You nailed it. yeah, that's cool, man.
So they're appreciating other volunteers, and then she took this photo.
Always tough too. I mean, the first thing I see about this image is look at that low light. It's tough conditions.
When you're photographing events like this, where they've turned the lights down, looks like because so you can see the candles.
Yep.
And they've obviously got a big photograph or video of the candles in the background too. Because you want to be able to see the overhead projection. Yep. And if there's too much lighting, you can't see it. So great job, Gail. I know it's a tough one. I think let's have a look at how she actually photographed it. 3200 ISO.
Really, yeah.
She used an 18mm focal length lens.
And 5.6.
Probably shot it wide open.
Which is actually okay, because if you focus, you focus far enough into the scene, you still get a wide enough depth of field to capture the whole. Yeah, so that's great.
It looks like she probably handheld it because she shot at 1/60th of a second.
And that's probably as slow as you can go.
Well, you can probably go slower.
I couldn't.
At 18 mils, you can probably go to like 1/25th of a second.
I couldn't.
I couldn't.
No, man.
Not after a couple of coffees, huh?
No, 1/60th, no matter what. Like I tell you what, I'm just top heavy, man. That's the problem.
Okay. You just need a good glass of red wine will calm you down.
Yeah, that's what it is. But no, I think she's done a great job. One thing I will say is, man, she's cleaned up that noise, because there would have been noise back there in that dark area, and she's cleaned it up nicely. I'm looking pretty close, and it looks great. The detail's great, and it's really tricky. You start shooting at 3200 like that in those dark areas at the back, and then you can easily push the noise reduction that little bit too far, and things start to become flat and out of focus. So, but I think you've done a great job there balancing that, and they're tough conditions. I mean, I've shot a few events like this, and there's nothing you can do except crank the ISO and open up the aperture. And
you have to, like shooting inside a church at a wedding.
Yep.
When you're not allowed to use flash photography. That's probably one of the toughest gigs you can have.
Yeah. And I've got to say, I reckon these conditions are where your camera gear, it's not normally about camera gear, guys, but these conditions are when your camera gear really counts.
Well, because you're pushing the camera gear right to
its limits.
Of where it's useful.
Yeah, especially when you're shooting wide like that. And you're 5.6 and you're shooting wide, you want a lens that can be sharp right to the edges, so you can use that full frame, and a camera that can handle those low light conditions and still get usable images. So great job. Great job, y'all. Did you have anything to add there, Andrew?
No, I agree. I mean, these I've shot a few events like this in low light, and they can be, they can be kind of tricky. So I think she did a great job.
Cool. All righty.
Jump into Sarah. One of the images Sarah took, and what I really like about this image is Sarah's actually employing for free her boyfriend to carry all her camera gear.
I love that, man. I love that.
So that's a good idea. So I don't know who's helping who here. I think so Sarah's boyfriend's helping her capture these images, which is good. So so she took a photo of him. I think she's out there photographing those sunflowers. Great idea, Sarah. You captured a picture of someone helping you. Oh, sorry, I'm talking the wrong way.
Yeah, you probably heard Brent like this. No,
I got to talk to the mic. Sorry,
Brent's been looking over his laptop and forgetting to talk to the microphone. Yeah. Sorry about that. Have you got anything to add for this one, buddy?
No, I think it's a kind of a cool twist on the project. So it's somebody helping her. I think it's also kind of cool because she shared her images of the sunflowers, and now we see some of the equipment that she used to make them. She was using a step stool, looks like, and a tripod all the way up. So that's kind of cool too. But and she captured a nice gesture. I think also, I'm sure he didn't plan to wear a yellow shirt to stand in front of the sunflowers to have his photograph taken. But it's, I think that, I'm just noticing that now, but I think that's part of what makes it appealing. So
definitely, it looks like afternoon light too. I mean, look at the long shadows there, man. It's definitely afternoon. It's definitely a beautiful time, and he's sort of, a bit sidelit there, but it looks great. I think it's great. Hey, one little tip I would have here, and it's something, you just got to look for. And I'm sure this was just a candid moment that she just snapped, but you can see that horizon line is really close to his neck there. Yeah. So, I probably would have got down just a touch lower and pushed that horizon line, pushed his head up into the top of the scene a bit more. Yeah, but I mean, it's only a minor thing. It really is.
And it is kind of a snapshot.
It is.
If you really want to nitpick this, Sarah, what I would have done was photograph him I would have shot into the sun. So I would have gone a little bit to the left and photographed into the sun with our sunflowers in the background. Just so you don't get those harsh highlights on his face and the harsh shadows. Maybe get him to sit on that stool that you got there, so he's a little bit lower, and get the sunflowers in the background even, and you can backlight the sunflowers and have his head below the sunflowers, and that might even be a better shot. Yeah,
that's really interesting, because I've been doing a lot of that lately, actually, with these photo shoots. And I tell you what, we're talking about compromise earlier, and when you start to backlight people, the compromise you make is you tend to have areas of the back of your image blown out, and there's nothing you can do. The light on their face is just soft and beautiful, but you just tend to lose detail in the sky or those harsh highlights behind. And then what I've been shooting for national parks, actually the background is almost as important as the people in those images for me, because we're showing people in a national park. So I mean, yeah, it's a great tip for definitely getting the people, but man, it's a balancing act. It really is.
It is. And sometimes you overexpose the background just by a little, and the people are underexposed, and then you got to do a lot of work
in post. Yeah, I've got a lot of images like that, and just had to shoot them when I was there too. You just got to deal with the light conditions as they are. But cool, love it, man.
Well, let Andrew jump into the next one.
Yeah, this one.
Granddad at work.
He's combined it too. Awesome job, Ma. Oh, this is Norman. Sorry.
Yeah, Norman.
All right.
Yeah. So, I think this is he's captured a nice moment. And then he also used window light to do this one, I think. And so I think I think he captured a nice moment. It's a nice gesture. So yeah, I think it's a nice image. What focal length did he shoot this at? Was this I don't see the.
I'm just looking it up now.
Let me have a look. So it's 8 millimeter focal length.
Yeah,
that's on the
Fujifilm
camera. So
as
wide as it goes. One thing that I can say about this image, great shot. I love that window light. Just a little suggestion, because it looks like Norman used a flash on his camera, and I can see the highlights in his glasses. If you actually get the person, the granddad, to just tilt his glasses forward a little bit. So basically take the bit that goes over your ear and just push that up a little bit so that the glasses tilt down a little bit. You won't actually get those flash marks kind of almost blocking his eyes.
Yeah, right. Wow. That's a good tip.
And I was testing that last week when I was photographing someone in the studio with glasses. We just lifted the glasses above his ears slightly, and you don't really notice the difference that the glasses are actually going an inch or half an inch over his ears. But it definitely makes a difference with the reflection in the glass.
Cool, man. Yeah, actually, you know what? The one thing I assume this is the window light coming in over his right shoulder there. Sorry, I get right and left and northern and southern hemisphere mixed up. But I actually like the fact the light's coming in onto the side of the baby's face there, and that's actually, even though the granddad is the main subject, my eye just gets pulled straight to that baby's face because it's the brightest area. I actually really love that about this image.
And then I look at his hands again.
Yeah.
So for me, it's face and hands are always the most important part of a portrait image, and the relationship between the two people over here. And I said to Norman, I said, you should have maybe waited a few minutes for both of them to be asleep,
Yeah, what a moment.
Have baby sleeping on granddad's chest.
Awesome. Good, man. All right, let's have a look at the next one. All right, Danny.
Yeah, there we go, Danny. So this is Danny's son helping him photograph.
Well, I think he's actually teaching his son how to photograph here. Yeah. I'm getting a bit of net lag. Let's have a look. Let's scroll up.
There we go.
Yeah, you can see it's it's a cool little moment. His son's looking up at his dad there, looking at the camera, and they're both out shooting together. It's the dream, really, isn't it? Getting your kids involved in something you're really passionate about. That's great, and it looks like it was down in Tasmania as well. Yeah, it was cool. Good.
No, great image, and that's probably the thing that most of us photographers would love, is for our kids to really enjoy what we enjoy and get passionate about the things that we're passionate about.
Definitely.
Like for me, it's photography, and I love to surf, and I try to encourage my kids to come surfing with me, but sometimes it's, you put them in too early, too soon, too hard, and then they just don't want to do it.
Yeah, right? That's it. I've actually found a good little trick lately, because I've been strapped for time, as you guys probably well aware. I've encouraged the kids to come out on their scooters, so they get out a bit of exercise, and they love being on their scooters. And I take the dog and I walk, so it's like three things at once, man. I get exercise, the dog gets walked, and the kids get to come out and have some fun and exercise. Okay. It's like, man, if I could find that with everything I do, it'd just be gold. Multitasking, man, multitasking. Yeah. So again, guys, this looks like it may have even been taken with a cell phone, or I'm not sure about the information, but and it's about what the people are doing in the image. Technically, there's probably things that you could do better or whatever, but it's all about that moment. Father and son, and I think that's what I like about it.
Definitely, and they didn't. The person taking the photograph didn't cut Danny's head off, which is quite good. You notice the horizon actually goes through the middle of his head.
Yep.
It's not, through his neck.
Yeah.
Which is probably, maybe it's just a fluke.
But it works. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Let's jump into the next one. Okay. I've doubled up. And this is the final one from Farina.
Yeah. Or Jay.
Jay. But Jay took it of Farina. Yeah. In Nicaragua.
Yeah.
No, how you say it, man.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. What I said. So yeah, it's a cool little moment.
The helping lens.
The giving lens. Yeah. Colby's
nice.
giving lens. They were out there on a workshop, and she's obviously playing around, letting the kids take some photos and showing them on the back of the camera. So
great organization, guys. If you do want to get involved in some kind of photography that helps other people, the Giving Lens, Colby Brown started it, is a great way to get involved, where they go to places, countries where there's underprivileged kids, and teach them photography and actually help out the locals in some way.
Yeah, the money goes back to the local community. Yeah,
that's totally
perfect, man. Perfect.
Awesome.
Oh, it's been another huge one. But before I jump off this screen share, hey, do you want to talk about the next assignment?
Yes.
So we're going to do something a little bit different because last month, maybe I should. Because last month's assignment, the voting was so close.
Yes.
So we're going to take, I think there was 10 votes each, wasn't there? 11 votes each. We're going to take the other topic, which was rule of thirds, wasn't it, buddy?
Yeah, rule of thirds, and we're going to use that
for the July.
This month's assignment.
Yeah, what Brent said. So after all that, I said that, what he said. But anyway, but I found this cool little article, and I'll put this in. It says rule of thirds in real, 20, whatever it says. You can read it there. Man, I need a coffee, bro. But seriously. But anyway, there's some great examples of using the rule of thirds. And I think we might try and do this a bit more, maybe add some examples for the assignments to help the guys out. But look at this one. Perfectly rule of thirds all the way. What an interesting photo, eh?
I know.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, so I just got a message. There you go. Apparently it's okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, you can see anyway. I'll put this link in anyway, guys. You can see there's some beautiful images there, just absolutely magical of just people using the perfect rule of thirds. Look at that. I want to go there.
It's crazy.
Can we go there?
Yeah. But what I would say, looking at these images, don't think that you have to create something like that.
Oh, no.
It doesn't have to be. These are some of the best in the world.
Oh, yeah.
Using rule of thirds. Just do the best that you can do and challenge yourself. Maybe just push yourself a little further than you normally would have when you, when you submit images and asking for feedback from people. The whole goal of the assignments is to just push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone.
That's it.
Go out there and produce something that you wouldn't normally have produced, or just to think differently when you actually produce, and you're going to become a better photographer.
I'll tell you what, going out shooting with the goal of capturing something, not something as in randomly anything, but having a challenge or a topic to capture against, man, that is the number one way you can improve your photography, because, man, it pushes you out of your boundaries every time. And I love it, man. I try and shoot. Unfortunately, I just did not get every morning I went for my image for the last assignment, I just did not get the right cloud, or it just didn't happen, So I had to use something from my portfolio archive, or whatever you want to say. And but I love every month I try and shoot for the assignment, because I just love it. It gets me excited getting out and thinking about that.
We encourage you guys, jump in, have a look at what the assignment is, and this month it's rule of thirds, which is quite easy to do.
But you know what?
What?
It could be breaking the rule of thirds too. It doesn't, that maybe that's a spin. That's it. It's totally up to your interpretation, isn't it, buddy?
Yes, it is.
Cool, man.
That's what's great about it. So let's jump over to Andrew. Let's hear a little bit about what's been happening in Andrew's life.
Well, I've been doing a lot of traveling, just kind of locally. So this summer, been trying to travel and photograph a lot around my state, and so I think last we talked, I was going to Ohio, and then we were just up in some of the old growth forest area here in Pennsylvania. So I'm at RV right now that we take. So usually try to travel with my whole family. We go, so this way they have a place to be comfortable, and I can go out early and shoot, and it doesn't bother them. And
that's a great idea.
It is a good idea. I mean, it's so good.
I try to get them to come with me, but I can't. He's full yet. They like to sleep too much, but you know, that's one thing you were talking about, you know, about sharing things with your kids, like you know. I just, it's just great when they just come and hang out with them. Some of the moments that you experience when you're doing landscape are just, you know, just being there is really the you know, trying to, you know, it's nice to get them to be able to share some of that. So
yeah, definitely, man. I love it. I've had some moments out with the kids. You know, I remember one recently in the year, we went to this place called Hill End, and we were just out in this lookout, and there's a picture of me and my daughter, and she's just standing next to me. She's about half my size with the camera in her hand, and I just love that moment. I'm set up on the tripod shooting this magical sunset and fog, and yeah, it's some of the best times, hey, just being out there with the kids. I love it.
I love Andrew's idea of, you know, taking the house with you.
Yeah, man, that's
forcing the family to come along, and enjoy where you're going to go.
Yeah, so, man, just drive the house where you want to be, man. Love that.
Actually, a year ago, I was in the States, and well, almost a year ago. Yeah, pretty much. Next month, a year ago, and we went up into the Rockies in an RV. I loved it. It's the first time I've ever been in an RV.
Yeah, really? Yeah. Oh, I suppose what we had in New Zealand was more of a camper.
Well, that's an RV, I guess.
But it was more, yeah.
But it's a little bit different. Like the ones in America are like bigger.
Yeah, right. You've got swimming pools and stuff.
Yeah.
Cool, man. All right, Andrew. I appreciate you being on the show again, man. We always appreciate your feedback, and you're a legend, buddy. Thanks for coming again.
Awesome. Thanks. Thank you, Andrew.
Cool.
All right, guys. We'll
catch
you later.
Yeah, catch you later, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.
Bye.
Peace.